Hello, it's Margaret Lawler, and
Kelly Peterson.
we'll be your commentators for the draw tonight at the 66th annual USWCA National Bonspiel, National Women's Bonspiel. And so we have the 8:30 draw underway now. Sorry, we're a bit late getting started. Things got a little bit delayed earlier this afternoon. And so we'll be bringing you the game on sheet 3, which is against the Detroit Curling Club, skipped by Dawn Broninger, who will be throwing red stones, and Broomstone's own Monica Walker, who will be throwing the red stones. So the Detroit Curling Club team is Dawn Broninger, vice Rachel Treesh, second Stephanie Squires, lead Laura Call. And the Broomstones team is Monica Walker, Megan Nolasco, Karen Smith, and Karen Kahn. We did have Karen Cousins subbing for Megan Nolasco yesterday, but we have Megan Nolasco there tonight. So they're underway now, Kelly. And
I feel like I should mention that the Detroit Curling Club is actually out of Ferndale, Michigan.
Excellent. And so we have Hammer is the Broninger rink from Detroit, and so we had the Walker rink put their first lead stone into the house, and then promptly taken out by the Broninger rink. So it looks like Monica Walker's calling for a takeout on their the lead stone Broninger. And now we have Karen Kahn, lead for Monica Walker, throwing her second stone, throwing the takeout on the red Broninger Detroit Curling Club stone. And right on the nose. Excellent shot, Karen.
Great shot, Karen.
Okay, so we're away here. It looks like it's going to be just a lot of open play this end. They're playing open hits on their rocks here. This stone looks a little bit slower. Looks like it's more of a guard. It looked as though the skip Broninger was calling for a takeout on that rock, but we're just barely getting it over the hog line. So that becomes a guard. So the lead is Laura Call on the Broninger rink from Detroit Curling Club. Now Monica Walker is calling looks like a tap back on their own stone there. So Karen Kahn's getting prepared to throw her stone back. Karen Smith, second on the Walker rink. That's right. Sorry, this is the third stone of the end for the Walker rink. So this is thrown by Karen Smith, second on the Broomstones rink. And let's see what happens here. It looks like it's somewhat stiff weight. It's got a nice little raise there. The back stone is in the 8-foot but exposed. And so Broninger's decided to go ahead. It looks like she wants to hit and roll behind the yellow Broomstones rock. So again, we have Detroit has the hammer, so they're looking to hopefully score 2 in this end, if they can. And it looks like the way Walker set up the end so far that she may be looking to steal if she can. So looks like that they managed to just tip that one, the back 12 rock of Monica Walker's rink back. They didn't get it taken out completely, and now the Detroit Curling Club stone is just biting the 12-foot at the back there. And now Monica's calling for a draw into the 4-foot, into the 8-foot, I believe, is where she tapped the ice. So how are you enjoying your experience so far at Broomstones, Kelly?
Oh, it's been lovely. Everyone's been really great. Curling in general has been a blast. So yeah, it's just good to be here in beautiful Wayland, Massachusetts, in the middle of a good old snowstorm.
And you're a new curler, correct?
I am.
Excellent.
I started curling in October, and everybody's been teaching me a lot, and it's been a really good time.
Yeah, Todd, who commentated on the last draw with me, was commenting. He's also a new curler. Was commenting on what friendly, welcoming club Broomstones is, and we're very proud of that.
Oh, definitely.
You see a lot of new curlers every year, and the open house that we have every year is a big hit, and seems to draw in our fair share of new curlers every year. Is that how you came to Wayland through Broomstones?
Yeah. I checked out the open house in, I believe it was end of September, early October. And everyone was really welcoming. It was a really great time. And Broomstones has definitely become a second home to me. So thank you very much.
Yeah, good for you, Kelly. Hope you enjoy it. And it's good to have you up here commentating. It's one of the things about Broomstones is that it's a volunteer club. And especially when it comes to big events like this, all the members pitch in, which is a wonderful thing. And Broomstones is very privileged to have the USWCA 66th Annual Women's National Championship here at Broomstones. So we're very proud and pleased to have the women here curling with us over this long weekend. So now we have Vice Megan Nolasco shot going through the house there. Hard to get the weight in the first end. Hard to judge the weight. The ice has just been pebbled and nipped, and so usually until the pebble gets worn down a little bit, it tends to be a little bit slower. You have to put a little bit more speed, a little bit more weight on the rocks, and just adjust to that, and that can be tricky to do.
Oh, definitely, especially when you're in your first stone.
So there's always a little bit of struggle with that. At least we have great ice here at Broomstones, but it's still can be tricky to adjust to the changes in the speed of the ice. So it looks like the Detroit Curling Club is not having any problems with the weight right now, and they've just got a nice counter in there. It's onto the 4 foot, but it is somewhat exposed. So Monica is going ahead, and it looks like she wants a takeout on that rock that was just thrown by the Detroit Curling Club. And right now, it would seem that Broomstones is counting 2. That is second and third shot after that 4 foot biting red stone belonging to Detroit Curling Club. So this is the Vice's second rock, I believe, from Broomstones, and she missed on the other side of that, which I looked like she threw enough weight that certainly Monica had asked for a takeout and just slid by. That's the other thing when you're just starting an end. The skip is also just getting used to the ice, trying to determine how much curl there is, whether the rocks will run straight, how much broom to give, and the throwers have to decide how much weight to put on it. So the first end is usually about just learning about the ice and doing the best you can to get the rocks in play where you'd like them to be, until you can figure some things out about and form some strategy around how the ice is performing. So looks like that Redstone of Detroit Curling Club is nicely guarding shot rock now, so it's going to be even more difficult for the Walker rink to get rid of that stone or to draw up to it, to bounce off it. So Monica's just going to try to come in, I believe, draw into the button, perhaps behind guard, behind that yellow guard there that's in the 12 foot on the center line, to be in scoring position. And she doesn't have the hammer, so Broniger is going to have last rock. So Monica wants to bury this so that it can't be taken out, and that will force Broniger to try to get into the scoring area herself, which would be difficult as there haven't been that many shots down the left side of the ice, and the right side of the ice is pretty well guarded up. It looks pretty daunting, doesn't it, Kelly? I mean, this is
definitely
right into the thick of it already in the first end here. So this is the first event that we're looking at, and over on sheet 4 there's also a first event game going on, and maybe once we see how this rock goes. Okay, so she split off the rock in the 12 foot, and that rock doesn't look like it's shot rock, looks like it's just biting the 4 foot. It may be the one over to the right is a little bit. Okay, looks from our view, our camera view, that perhaps the red is shot. So Broniger is calling for a takeout. She's going to try to throw a takeout on the rock that Monica Walker just positioned at the edge of the 4-foot. So this will be tricky because, again, the ice has just been nipped and pebbled and nipped, I should say. And just how much ice to give even for a takeout can be tricky in the first end.
Not to mention Detroit's got a good couple guards there.
They have a good, sorry, say again?
Couple guards.
Oh, absolutely.
Completely blocking that entire side.
On the right side of the rink, that's right, or of the sheet rather. So it really cuts down how you can access the scoring area. Now, as I was just saying, it looks like she had trouble judging the where she should put the broom there, certainly, because she's just sailed by that one. It may be that she was narrow with the broom. In other words, it may be that she didn't get the rock aimed quite correctly, but it also may be that there's just enough curl that she wasn't anticipating there'd be that much curl. So Monica's going to come down now with her next and final rock, and then Broniger will have one more rock. It will be the final rock at the end. So Monica's throwing the yellow stones. It's hard to say whether she shot rock or not. By the broom, it looks to me as if she wants to draw in. So I would say probably she's not certain of being shot rock herself, and will looks to be trying to draw towards the button, and hopefully behind those guards over to the right side of the sheet. So that's looking good. We'll have to keep a close eye. It may start to curl. And they're sweeping it now. So vice skip Megan Velasco is anticipating some real curl there. We'll have to see how the weight is. It's looking good. Looking good. If they can get it behind guard.
Great shot.
Nice shot.
That was gorgeous.
Lovely. It looks like there's enough of it exposed, though, that they may be able to, the Detroit rink may be able to knock it out of there. So we'll just have to, what's she doing now? They're thinking about it. Quite an interesting hat that Skip Broniger has there. Is that a cat on the top of her hat?
It looks like it might be a lion.
A lion.
Yep.
Oh, okay, excellent. So we'll have to ask her after the game what the significance of the lion is. And then we have another member of her team there that also has an animal hat. And I don't know, I haven't seen that one yet. I don't know what that might represent. So this could be a little tricky because she did miss the other one, the other takeout shot. But I imagine she's adjusted her broom accordingly. And we'll just see, this needs to curl. It needs to curl. And oh. So that Brimstone's rink, I believe, counting one. Sorry? No, there's no question about second shot. Right. Right. So because there was one Brimstone's stone closest to the center, then they score one, and we're all set. Okay, so on to the second end, and it looks like all of the games except the first sheet are starting their second end. So do you want to tell us who's on the first sheet there, Kelly?
Of course. So on the first sheet, we've got a Blackhawk team from Janesville, Wisconsin. Their skip is Celia Zachard, and then they are the Red Stones, and then
maybe we could, while we're at it, we'll just sort of name who's on that rink.
Oh, sure,
so
of
folks
course.
that are watching.
So we've got Celia, we've got Jodine Exner, Megan Veldkamp,
looks like,
and Kathy Edzerda.
Yeah, they're all from Wisconsin.
Yeah, it looks
Correct?
like they're all from Janesville except for Megan, who is from Fort Atkinson.
Okay. Fantastic. Maybe we can get back to that sheet a little bit later.
Yeah, it looks like, according to the sheet, Kathy is quite the pants thief.
Yeah,
but she says it's not her fault.
I'm sure there's people out there in Wisconsin that know what we're talking about. But we'll have to ask her about that after the game. And who are they playing, Kelly?
They are playing against the Centerville team from western Wisconsin near the Minnesota border. And we've got Laura Rossler, Sarah Hine, Desiree Leitonen, maybe?
Leitonen? I'm going to guess. Sorry to the Leitonens for mispronunciation.
Sorry, Leitonens. And Erica Overgaard. And it looks like this is their first time together for this spiel.
So now, Kelly, you're from that area of the country, are you not?
I'm from Door County, Wisconsin, yes. It's the peninsula. It's on the other side of the state from Centerville, but that's all right.
And do you think maybe some of the folks from that area of the country are tuning in to us tonight?
Oh, definitely. Hi, Mom, by the way.
Hi, Kelly's mom. She's having a good time here at Broomstones.
They're taking good care of me.
Okay, so we'll get to the second and fourth sheets later. So now we have Karen Kahn from Broomstones lead, throwing, I believe, her second rock. Her first rock was just touching the top of the forefoot, and the Detroit stone is a guard on the right side of the sheet. So Karen's second shot has just come down to nudge her first rock back a little bit further into the forefoot. So now Skip Broninger is calling for a takeout. I would imagine she'd like to double those rocks out if she can. And we'll see what happens here. Again, they'll just be getting used to the sheet. Curl there is. And this is looking good. It may well curl at the end, though, so they'll have to watch it. And we'll see
it's
if they get a
pretty good.
Yeah, we'll see if they get an angle to get the double. It certainly has curled a lot. So they did miss the one rock, but that's good. They got the other rock out of there. So that was the most important thing, to get at least one of the rocks gone, and they've accomplished that. Okay, so now we've got Karen Smith from Broomstones, the second, and it looks like Monica, I didn't see the call. Did you see the call there, Kelly, what Monica was asking for?
Not really sure. It looks like she's just asking her to come in. Looks like a pretty solid draw.
Yeah, that's good. It's somewhat guarding the rock in the forefoot, but again, there's a possibility of a double takeout there, and it looks like that's what the Detroit skip is called for, at least to take out the front rock, but also possibly to double out the second rock as well. And the angle may be there that they can also spare their shooter. Now, it does tend to curl at the end, and here it comes. And they just got the one. Okay, but good shot. Well done. So Monica, again, she's going to call for a takeout, hit and roll. She'd like to roll over a little bit to try and avoid the possibility of a double takeout again.
So the takeout, hit and roll means that she wants to take out that red stone as well as keep her yellow stone in the house.
That's
correct?
Right. That's right. So she wants to knock out that red stone, and then she wants to hit the side of the red stone so that she can roll behind that guard that's there and make the next shot, just as she's done, and make the next shot tougher for the opposition. If the rocks are located close together, then it may be much easier to take both of them out with one shot. So right now, it would be awfully difficult to take both of them out. I'm not sure it's possible by the position of the rocks to take both out now. So the Detroit rink is left with taking the shot rock out. But when she does, unless she can also roll it over undercover, it will be, and she's missed it.
Oh, they just whispered as they ran by.
Yeah, that was really close. So that's a tough one. Okay, so now we have Megan Nolasco, the vice skip for the Broomstones Monica Walker rink, and Monica's called for a draw in behind the shot rock that they have already biting the forefoot.
So these are timed games, correct?
Yes, and Todd in our last game was mentioning about the time. these games are. We did check the games are 75 minutes, so each side has 75 minutes to play, and the timer takes time off the clock while you have your rock in play. So the time that's being used goes back and forth between the two teams. So when the rock comes to a stop, the timer turns on the clock for the other side, and the minutes the seconds start coming off the other side's clock until their rock comes to a halt, and then the timer switches back to the other side's
wonderful
clock. Yeah.
And it looks like it's confirmed the other hat is also a lion.
It's cute. Detroit Lions. Do you think it has anything to do with Detroit Lions? Now, that was a nice hit and roll.
That was gorgeous.
So what happens there is that she was able to take out the shot yellow stone, so the counting yellow stone, or the stone closest to the button, but also rolled over next to the yellow one in a position that makes, because it's so close to the yellow stone, it's going to be difficult for Monica Walker to get it out without hitting her own or knocking her own out. Now, it's there, it's possible, but Megan will have to hit the rock on the side, I believe, is what Monica, if she hits it on the right side, then she could knock it into the yellow stone and not remove it from the house, which is their goal. So this will need to curl a little bit.
Yeah, it's going to have to curl quite a bit more.
So that rock really hung out. It didn't even hit the yellow one. So, and that happens sometimes on the side of the sheets, at least at this club. We've seen it happen at other curling facilities too, is that sometimes at the edge of the sheet or even other places on the sheet, the rock can really hang out. So it doesn't, which means it doesn't curl. Instead of curling nicely in towards the center of the sheet the way you expect, the rock may hang out and not really curl inward at all. In fact, maybe go towards even further towards the edge of the sheet. So when that happens, that's very tricky. It's difficult to anticipate that. And it looks like that's what happened on the last shot.
So it looks like they're working pretty hard for that draw. It might make it right in. It's just biting.
So it looks like they're going for the same shot. Brimstone's rink is going for the same shot. This time Monica Walker's making the shot. The Brimstone skip. This will be her first rock. So and it looks like she's pulled the broom in a little bit from what she did on the first shot. And it's looking good, but it's starting to curl. So this is the danger on that ear of the ice. Is she going to catch a piece of it?
It looks like it's going to be pretty good, yeah.
Still, yeah.
Oh, and there she goes.
She did. Beautiful. Well done. That looked like it might have been curling over and towards the center of the sheet, but it managed to hang on long enough. Excellent shot. Well done.
So it's hard to tell by those guys on the edges, but it looks like Walker might be sitting 3 at the moment.
Yeah, it's hard to say, but from this angle, it's really tough. But from this angle, it looks like she is sitting 3. Randy, how's it look?
It looks like it. There's a good chance it's 3.
Yep. So most likely it's 3, but certainly 2. And now the problem that Brimstone's rink has, though, is that their 2 rocks are now grouped together. So, so the Detroit rink has an opportunity for a double takeout here if they're able to get the angle. And it seems to be coming through a similar pathway as the Monica Walker's rock. And it looks like she wants to hit and roll over. And is she going to do it? And she does. She gets her roll, is going to roll out. And Megan Nolasco is.
That was a great shot.
And looks like it is second shot. The Detroit shot is now second shot at the back and corner of the house on the 12-foot, and the Broomstones rock is in the 8-foot at the back of the house. So now it would seem that Monica and Megan are discussing a guard, an in-house guard, so at about the 12-foot, and Monica's drawing the space on the sheet, which is really helpful for us to know what she's thinking. So she's putting it there with the potential for counting, but also guarding the shot rock that's towards the back of the house. So Randy wants all you folks out there that are watching our broadcast here, our webcast, that you can actually see the action on the other sheets by just select alternate camera at the top of your screen. Okay, so we have Monica's second shot here coming in just where she patted the ice, just about a little bit deeper. Excellent. Nice touch. We've come to expect this kind of excellent curling from Monica here at Broomstones. She's competed at the national level and done quite well.
Just a quick shout out to Ron and Diane, a couple of our devoted listeners. Keep it up, guys.
Hey, Ron and Diane. Okay, so this is last rock in the second end for the Detroit Curling Club against Broomstones on sheet 3 here at Broomstones in Wayland, Massachusetts. And so she's going to need to come down and draw just to bite the 4-foot in order to score here and avoid a 2 count from Broomstones. So this rock's going to have to curl. Looks like she may be running into the broom. Well, no, she's going to get by it. So will it curl enough
That
to
head is
score?
pretty fierce. I think her stone's got it.
Yeah, she
And
just slipped
just
by.
a little bit too far.
So the Broomstones rink will score another 2. Okay, so 3-0 for Monica Walker versus the Detroit Curling Club's Dawn Broninger. And we did mention the curlers on sheet 1 from the Centerville Curling Club in Wisconsin. But also we have Blackhawk 2 from Illinois, and we didn't mention those curlers. Celia Zachard. Do you want to go ahead with these?
Blackhawk is actually from Janesville, Wisconsin.
I'm sorry, Wisconsin. Excuse me.
So we've
Here
got
I
a
am
little bit of a
thinking of
cheese off.
The hockey team. Sorry. Okay.
It happens.
Hey, Janesville. I hope you're listening out there. Okay, go ahead. Give us the rundown.
All right, so this is their first Bonspiel together. The skip has been coming to national 20 years, but all the others, it's their first time at nationals.
Wow.
That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, and they're doing well.
Yeah, definitely.
Second event.
Outside of curling, they love golf, running, biking, paddling, quilting, and long-distance swimming.
Oh, excellent.
I feel like Janesville's a good place for some long-distance swimming. They really, really wanted to stress that if their lead Kathy is around, you have to watch your pants.
Okay.
And then Detroit, they have been playing together for 1 year, so...
So I just wanted to say, though, too, now, earlier today, I saw the Rosler rink from Centerville, Wisconsin playing, and they did an excellent job. The skip called a great game, and the team made some really terrific shots. So just another shout out to Wisconsin there. Really some quality curling going on. Okay, so shall we move on to the, it looks like on our featured game here on sheet 3, Broomstones has a center line guard, which is just a little off the center line. And the Detroit lead has put rock into the 12-foot over to the side. So maybe we can just do a rundown now on the sheet 2. Do you want to fill us in on who's on sheet 2?
All right, so on sheet 2, we've got Granite. That's Elle LeBeau as their skip. They're playing the Redstones right now. Her vice is Susan Booth. Their second is Claire Bonin. And their lead is Barb Thompson.
Excellent.
And then...
And it looks like they're from a variety of places. My goodness. So Granite, Seattle. Am I reading that right?
I would say so, yeah.
Okay. And Elle is from Salem, Massachusetts. And Snohomish. And Susan Booth is from Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. Yay, Saskatchewan. And Auburn. Claire Bonin is from Montreal, Quebec, and Seattle. And Barb Thompson is from South Weymouth and Bothell. Okay.
So they're all from two places. Sounds good to me.
Well, looks like we got a few Canadians on that team. Expats. Okay, so that's the LeBeau rink on sheet 2. And then also we have Schaefer rink on sheet 2. Utica. Yep. They're from the Utica Curling Club. And you want to go ahead? It looks like Joy.
Oh, sure, of course. It looks like they're all
Schaefer.
from Utica, so a big difference from the other team.
Yeah, from their opposition, absolutely.
They've actually been curling together for 7 years.
Oh my gosh.
And it looks like their skip is an insurance agent. So she's been curling for 38 years.
Oh my goodness.
So she's got a couple on me.
Too, right? Okay. And we have we've got Joyce Schaefer and Sue Gardner. Would you say Eva?
I would say Eva. Yeah, Eva Costright.
It looks like Courtright.
Courtright.
Yeah. And Peggy Pratt. So we apologize for the mispronunciation of the names.
My bad.
But we're happy to have all of you ladies from all over the country here at Broomstones this week. And right now we have the Schaefer rink from Utica is up 2-0 on the LeBeau rink. And on sheet 1, Zacard is up 2-1 over the Rossler rink. Over on sheet 4, we have Broomstone's Sharon Cutter. But first maybe we'll go over their opposition, which is from Milwaukee.
All right. So from Milwaukee, we've got Barb Ham. We've got Linda.
Looks like Linda Getz. Getch, maybe?
Getch?
Sorry, Linda.
Sorry, Linda. Margie Nilter? Nilter?
Yeah, Margie Nilter.
It's either Nilter or Knilter.
Or Knitter. It might be Knitter.
Could be Knitter.
Oh,
Sorry,
yeah, it might be Margie Knitter. From Wisconsin. From what place in Wisconsin?
It looks like McKeegan.
Okay, great.
And then we've got Mary Beth Goltz from Fox Point.
Okay. Excellent.
It looks like Barb's from Mequon. Maybe because of my poor reading abilities, that one also says Mequon.
Okay, could be. So the reason why we're struggling is because we're trying to read everybody's handwriting.
Yes.
That's making it a challenge. But we do apologize if we're pronouncing them incorrectly.
Sorry, guys.
And we're happy to have everyone here. Big shout out to Wisconsin once again.
Hello, Wisconsin.
So over on sheet 4, then we have the Broomstones rink, which is Sharon Cutter skip, but Sharon is throwing lead rocks, and the vice is Karen Walker, who I believe is Monica Walker's sister, if I'm not mistaken, who's throwing fourth rocks. Nicole Vassar, who's second but throwing third rocks, and the lead is Terry Olson, but Terry is throwing second rocks. So I'm not quite sure how they're keeping that all straight over there on
Maybe
sheet
a bit of
4,
a mix-up.
but somehow they're making it work because they're in the first event. So we have two first event games going on here, sheet 3 and sheet 4, and the second event, sheet 1 and sheet 2. So it looks like right now that the Cutter rink is up 2-1 over the Ham rink. Okay,
And it looks like the Milwaukee team has a little bit of an advantage. Under their years curling, both Barb and Linda have put many. Margie has put 30, and Mary Beth has 12 years of curling. On the other side, for the Broomstones team, Sharon has 14 years, Karen has 8, Nicole has 10, and Terry only has 8. So let's see if experience has something to do with how they do tonight.
Absolutely. Okay. So, so I'm not 100% certain of the relationship between Karen and Monica. If they're not sisters, maybe they're cousins. But again, I apologize for that. I'm relatively new to Broomstones, and the Walker family is not. So somebody around here, I'm sure.
Somebody's got to know. They could just be good friends.
Same last name, but I don't think so. I think they're the same family. So anyway, so let's get back to the action on sheet 3 there. And we have skip stones to go on sheet 3. And currently we have 2 stones in. They are kind of nicely set up for a double, though. And we'll just see if this is what Broninger intends to do.
And if you pop your screen over to sheet 2, it looks like yellow's doing pretty darn well. Schaefer's got I'm going to say 3 stones in the house and 1 sitting right outside.
Yeah, they got a lot of rocks in play over there. So LeBeau's going to have to work to shake that up a little bit. And she did.
Yeah,
nice
looks
rock.
like she just had almost a double takeout.
Yeah, absolutely. So that'll spread things out, make it a little bit easier for them. So here we go again. Now Monica Walker looks like she's throwing her first skip stones. Broninger has the hammer this end, so my guess is she's going to be throwing a guard or a rock that's in a guard type position. See if she can steal this end. And oops. Oh, I'm sorry. Yep, that's right. She's throwing her.
I have just been informed that the Walkers on the ice have no relation.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They are just good friends.
Thanks. Jeez, I'm so glad that there's people out there that know these things.
Thank you, Alejandro,
But
for
I think that
informing us.
Monica does have a sister that curls, if I'm not mistaken, but it's not Karen. Thank you. Okay, we got that straightened out. I appreciate it.
Looks like Walker just put up a guard, a little bit of obstruction action in there.
Yep, she did. So I would imagine that with this, where the positioning of the broom and positioning of the stones, that Broninger will be going for a takeout, at least on the shot rock.
And there they
not a
go.
double. So the rock's really curling over. They're really going to have to.
I mean, those stones are
Scrub.
pretty close together. It's going to hit one of them, right? And there it goes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So now we'll see if Amy can tell us which of those is shot. We can't tell from this angle. We don't have a good camera view.
It looks like Walker is a little bit closer.
Yeah, so Amy's telling us from her camera view that probably yellow is shot rock. And red has the hammer. Detroit has a hammer, so Monica Walker has another rock to throw, and Broninger has another rock after that. Oh, thank you. So we have more information on the Walker family. Jillian and Emily Walker are Monica's two younger sisters. So that I was thinking of Emily earlier when we were commenting on Karen, but it's Emily who's younger than Monica, and she has another sister, Jillian. So thank you for our source of information on the outside about the Walker family. We appreciate you letting us know.
Much appreciated. It's good to have a inside man listening to correct us.
I wish this was interactive. I'd love to have people be able to call in and.
Well, there's a chat on the webcast for YouTube.
We can't see it.
Well, I could pop over to the computer. I've got.
Okay.
Yeah, looks like nobody's saying anything. So. Oh, Randy's wife said hi. Okay, we've got Randy's wife.
Hi, Randy's wife.
Hi, Randy's wife. Jen, I hear you're cool.
Okay, so it looks like a takeout on the Yellowstone then.
So, by taking out this yellow stone, though, they also run the risk of maybe hitting their own stone?
Yeah. But there's really not a lot of options with the stones in that position. So if she can curl across the front of that rock, then she may be able to take it out without hitting her own out. But certainly if she hits it on the left side of the rock, she will hit the Broomstone's rock into the red rock. But she's missed it altogether.
It was really close, though.
Nice effort. Yeah, it was. Nice effort.
I feel like they just kind of... They gently whispered to each other as it was passing by. It was just that close.
It was that close, yeah. Yeah.
And it looks like it's all done. That was the hammer. And Walker is now at 4.
Yeah, so the Detroit Curling Club has a bit of a hill to climb here, but it's still doable. These are 10-end games. Each side gets 75 minutes to play their 10 ends.
Oh, geez, 10 ends. I'm usually asleep by, let's call it 7. So these ladies are tough.
They are, and it's real physical work to curl. And all of you out there who curl know what we're talking about. Those who haven't curled, really, it is a lot more physical exercise than you'd expect.
Anyone who says it's not a real sport obviously has never curled, because sweeping
Absolutely.
is some tough work.
Absolutely. You need to be in shape to be effective. To be able to sweep and then go and throw a rock accurately is, you need a certain amount of physical conditioning to do that.
Oh, definitely. You have to be very well balanced.
Okay, so this is a guard from Karen Kahn. Karen Kahn's from Canada. She curled at the East York Curling Club earlier in her days. Now she's here with us at Broomstones, and one of her hobbies, I know, is dragon boat racing.
What?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
she does
pretty
that all summer.
awesome.
It is absolutely awesome.
On the other end, it looks like Detroit's hobbies range from golf to pottery to knitting to kayaking. They're a pretty active team.
Yeah, they certainly look like they've come prepared to curl. Megan, yeah.
Then again, for Broomstones, Megan does cake decorating, which is
I've heard she's wonderful at it
It's pretty
too.
boss.
Yeah. Fantastic. And we were talking about what a welcoming place Broomstones is and the social app at many curling clubs. I mean, curling is a really social sport. There's great camaraderie in curling. Bonspiels are a lot of fun, and but of note, our second on the Broomstones team here, Karen Smith, met her husband here at Broomstones. Did you know that?
I did not. Well, everyone here is really nice, so
Yeah. So
I mean,
Mitch
I feel
Cherniak.
like that's common interests.
Absolutely. So they were playing in the Monday League together and met each other, and
Aww.
look at this. They curled in Italy on their honeymoon.
Aww.
Now, is that curling dedication or what?
That's some pretty serious curling dedication.
Mhm.
Although I would say on my honeymoon, I would rather do nothing else than curl in Italy. Maybe
Well, they did.
Iceland. Go to Reykjavik, do some curling,
Yeah,
eat some
there's
fish.
options, you know.
Yeah,
Depends on the time of
definitely.
year and all that. So, yeah. So now,
We've got red coming in here, and it
Oh,
looks
yeah,
like they're
yeah.
just going to tap the yellow back a little bit, steal their spot.
okay, so it looks like Monica's asking for takeout on that stone, shot rock.
Can't
Red.
blame her. I would want that stone out of there as fast as possible.
Absolutely. So this should be fairly straightforward for Karen. And down she comes.
All right, here we
right
go.
up the broom. It needs a curl though. It's hanging out. And
And it
needs
looks
to
like
curl.
it's curling
Needs to curl.
just enough.
Here it comes.
And there we go. Great
Excellent.
shot.
Well done. Okay, so now we have Dawn Broninger thinking, okay, what am I going to do now? And it looks like she's decided to freeze to that. So Dawn is well aware of the fact that she needs to make up a lot of points here, and she'll be doing everything she can to get rocks in the house. Monica's not making it easy for the team from Broomstones, so they're really going to have to work on getting as many rocks in play as possible. But there are 10 ends to the game, so being patient can be a real virtue here.
So just a quick update. It looks like on sheet 1, Zachard just took a good 3 points in their third end to make it 5-1. Sheet 2 is Schaefer leading 5-0. And on sheet 4, we've got Cutter with 5 points to Hams 1. So a couple of really interesting games going on here.
Yeah, and you know, in the last draw, there were some teams that really pulled out ahead of the opposition, and then over the 10 ends, the games got to be a lot closer. So we'll see what happens with this draw.
Yeah, definitely. Last game, sheet 4, I thought I was going to be putting out the artichoke dip a little early there, but they gave the other team a run for their money.
Yeah, they did a great job.
Came out of nowhere, and that's the great thing about curling.
Absolutely. So now we have a lot of yellow in the house. Kelly's taking a wee laugh break here, and so we'll just carry on with the game. And we got a lot of yellow in the house, as I was saying. So here we are coming down with a takeout on this shot yellow rock. Okay. So we always have a good time at Broomstones, and Kelly's just part of the party here.
It's always a party at Broomstones, definitely.
So, okay, so Monica's called for, I believe she's asked to just replace that rock that just got knocked out, if I'm not mistaken. So she's boldly filling the house with as much yellow as she can. And just challenging Detroit to find a way to
Yeah, definitely.
to
Well,
make
she's
some
got them pretty
points.
well spread out. She's got one really solid biter there right at the top. She's got one in the back just hanging out. And it looks like she's just trying to draw in here and really, really make it tough on Detroit.
Yeah, she's talked about pressure.
Oh, it's a
They've
little...
done nothing but apply pressure here.
Oh,
Okay, through the house. Well, you know, I've got more than enough granite in there. So here we go.
Speaking of enough granite, so each curling stone is 42 pounds?
I believe it's in that neighborhood. Yes, Kelly. Yeah.
And they're all from the same island in Scotland?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Don't ask me the name of it though. Well,
That's
that's
pretty impressive.
Yeah, most of the granite in curling stones are from the same place. Yeah, but I don't remember the name of it. Yeah, it's kind of nice to think of though that somewhere there's this quarry where like everybody's rocks come from, right? Somewhere in the Highlands, no doubt.
Definitely. Every time I'm cleaning my stone, that's all I can think of is just gorgeous Scottish island where my beautiful little stone came from.
Yeah. So, but I often wonder, like, how many beautiful granite rocks did they lose into the lock if the ice got
Oh, that's
thin?
fair. Oh, what a tragedy. That is a curling tragedy. What happens when they run out?
I don't know. But they go back
We're gonna have
to
to find. We're
quarry
gonna have
and
to
get
find
more,
a
I
new
guess.
Scottish island. Is what we're gonna have to do.
Yeah. Maybe they'll start getting it from New Hampshire. Okay, so here we go.
All right, we've got another draw.
Putting more. I mean, they're just practicing drawing into the house here. This is what Broomstones is doing. Okay, so yes, I can hear the crowd downstairs commenting on the yellow granite there in the house. So how are we doing on the other games? It looks like I think they're maybe closer than.
She won this. This cheese off is going. It's going pretty okay. I feel like.
Red's counting two there.
Yeah, I feel like they're giving Zachary a run for her money.
Yeah, they're certainly working on building up a few points there. So, and over here on second sheet, Schaefer's still well out ahead of LeBeau, and no sign of any substantial red granite in this house, unfortunately.
There's a really beautiful red guard there, and
Yeah,
I
they
think
could
it is
make
doing a
use of it.
wonderful job.
Yeah, if they could just make use of it, that'd be fantastic. So
Oh, and on sheet 3, it
Patience
looks
is
like they
the-
just took out
the word of the
that
day.
great Walker stone and completely replaced it with their own.
Yeah,
So
now we're seeing some red here.
just turned right around.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, so now Monica's going to be challenged with taking this rock out, which should be pretty straightforward for her. I don't see her missing this at all. Right down the center line. Looks like a very clean house over on sheet 4 as well. Just one
Oh yeah,
lonely red stone there.
It's so lonely. Yeah. It's got to curl just a little bit more, and there it is.
She's got
Another great takeout from the Walker team. It looks like they might be returning the favor.
So it looks like she's going to throw a little bit less weight than Monica. She's taking a lot more ice. Right. Yes. So we just got a message from Monica's mom. We did correct our mistake there, trying to relate Monica and Karen Walker.
Sorry.
And so Monica and Karen, once again, we will correct our earlier error. Karen and Monica Walker are not related.
Not at all.
They don't look alike. They're not related.
They just walk together.
So we'll announce that again later, just in case someone missed the correction again. So I think Monica's mom should come on in and help do the play-by-play here, because I have a feeling that she's seen enough curling matches that she could do a wonderful job of this. I have met her. She seems like a lovely lady, and so we'd love to have her come in sometime.
Yeah, she's a wonderful, wonderful lady. She should definitely just hop on in here and take over. I feel like she would give a lot of really good feedback.
Yeah, history of the club. She knows
definitely.
a lot of the curlers here, and we have a lot of people. Karen Cousins, who played on this this rink, could certainly do that too. So there's a lot of people around with that know the history of the club.
On a side note,
a lot of the curlers.
On sheet 2, Schaefer just had a gorgeous takeout. Those two stones were really close together, and she just tapped it right out without even touching her other yellow stone. It was really beautiful. And it looks like back on sheet 3, she's going for the takeout. It looks like it's going to curl just enough. And another great takeout by Walker. So it's pretty darn close, but it looks like Walker is currently sitting 2. It looks like the Detroit team is going for that same takeout. And there it goes.
We have a Monday Ladies Curling League here at Broomstones Ladies, and a lot of our Monday Day ladies have also been around the club for a good many years. And people like Betsy Chalmers can also do a great job of our commentary here and give a lot of historical perspective and be able to really give us a lot of color commentary on these games.
Speaking of colors, it looks like on sheet 1, red is really making a pretty strong comeback here. They're currently, I'm going to say they're sitting 3, heading towards the end of the 4th end. So that could put them right up almost, would that make them tied? That would make them tied. So that's a huge comeback for them.
Absolutely.
So first stone from Detroit here. It looks like it's just biting right at the top of the house.
From this angle, it's hard to tell whether it's actually biting or not. We don't have the above sheet camera available to us.
I feel like I'm pretty confident that it's right there.
Not biting, according to
And
Amy.
my confidence is shattered. No, it's not biting. It's just chilling. It's a good guard.
So Monica Walker has called for a draw behind that guard, the Detroit's guard. And it looks, Karen Kahn has just thrown that. It's going to just squeak by. Okay, well done. Would have been nice a little bit deeper, maybe, a little bit more buried behind that red stone, but that's not bad at all. Well done. And so we have over on sheet 4 lots of yellow rocks in that house. Well, they're building up anyway too. The ham rink really needs to try to build up some rocks there. They have the hammer on that rock, and there is Karen Walker, not Monica's sister, who's skipping that rink. And we have stones just thrown by Sharon Cutter. So Sharon will go into the house, I believe, to skip. And Karen will come back to join the sweepers.
On sheet 1, we've got Zachard throwing her last stone. The opposing cheese team is currently still sitting 3, so no pressure. This is going to be a tough shot.
It really is. Oh my goodness. All that yellow granite out in the front of the house. And somehow LeBeau has to try to get in there with her stone. Real challenging shot. Talk about controlling the front of the house. Schaefer certainly accomplished that on sheet 2.
Oh, definitely. And sheet 1, it looks like she just kind of rolled herself out a little bit. So Red's got the hammer. There are no more stones down there.
This is the last rock for on which sheet?
Sheet 1. It says that yellow has the hammer, but there's no more stones.
Yeah, no. Red's on both sheets 1 and 2. Red have the hammer in this end.
All right, so really all she has to do
2.
is draw in another stone, and she's got 4. That would actually put her in the lead, so. Or pretty darn close to it. And sheet 2 is just finishing up their 4th end. Everyone's pretty darn on point. We've got 2 on 4. We've got 2 on the 5th end. Everyone's moving along nicely.
So Monica Walker's thrown her stone to take out the Bromminger. Oh, sorry, that was Karen Smith to take out the Bromminger stone. So then now Broomstone's sitting 2. More information, Kelly?
I'm just trying to get a quick update from our expert in our satellite location.
Okay. Out in Wisconsin somewhere?
Maybe.
Okay, so here's Karen Smith's second shot. Again, a takeout on the Detroit Stone. Looks like she's not going to have a problem with it. And she doesn't.
And there she goes.
She did roll out, though. Okay, it's hard to see from this vantage point after the stone's thrown.
At least she got it out.
Oh, absolutely. Good shot. Well done. Okay. So we have...
So just a quick update on the scores. Sheet 1, the 2 cheeses are tied. Sheet 2, we've got Schaefer with 5, LeBeau with 1 still. Our beautiful sheet 3, we've got Walker with 4, Browninger with 1, and on sheet 4, we've got Cutter with 5 and Ham with 1.
Yeah, Rossler on sheet 1 has really fought back to tie in the 4th end, 5-all. And it looks like LeBeau on sheet 2 is really also just doing the best they can to get some rocks in there. They may get a tick back, bump up their own rock there.
Ooh.
2 in the scoring area if they don't knock their own out. Yeah, it looks like they're 2-shot rocks now for LeBeau on sheet 2.
That's the worst. When you try to make a shot, but then you help the other team, and then it's, yeah. As a new curler, that happens to me a lot. My skip is very patient with me.
Skips need to be patient with new curlers.
Luckily, as the lead, I go first. I can't mess it up too bad.
Skip rocks lead rocks are very important.
But my beautiful guards, they can't do too much damage. They can really just, kind of set up how the other team has to play. I'm not doing too much damage if they go a little bit too far. I'm not doing too much damage if they come up a little bit too much. Just, a little bit short. It's minimal, the amount of damage that I personally can do, and I like that about the lead position.
Well, if you can just consistently throw up guards, any skip's going to take that and be happy for sure. So, very important rocks, lead rocks.
So for those of you who don't know, drinking is a big part of curling. I personally am on my 5th gin and tonic, so I apologize to those of you out there who are not impressed by my commentating.
You didn't tell me you had 5 gin and tonics. Oh, God.
So,
okay.
sorry about that, guys. It seemed like a good idea at the time. Welcome to curling.
No wonder you're having trouble reading the scores off the scoreboard.
No, it's no worries, no worries. The numbers are not blending together, and I am not confusing the numbers from the end with the score at all. So we're good. We've got this. Once again, it's a beautiful wintry evening here in Wayland, Massachusetts.
I think I would just recommend people out there just watch the video and switch to it whatever sheet you want to watch, and every once in a while we'll throw out a few names and a few people who aren't related to each other and
no they're not related at all at all. So let's see here.
So it looks like actually on sheet 3 there, Ham is really having a tough time. The cutter rink's got 3 rocks really close to the button there. So they're really struggling to clear that house out. They're going to have to start building their some rocks in there pretty soon because it's
definitely
5-1.
So I feel kind of bad that I neglected to point out that the Centerville team, one of our cheese teams on sheet 1, has gone through the trouble to calculate both their combined age and their combined height.
Oh, excellent.
So their combined age is 155 years, and their combined height is 249 inches, 182 without Sarah.
That's great data. 155 years. Wow.
Yeah, they're also expecting a ticket when they get home because they didn't know that they had to activate their Easy Pass before going through tolls, and they had to do it again because they didn't have a ticket for the ticket lane. So sorry, guys.
But you're going to have to find them in Wisconsin. I mean, good luck with that, right?
That's fair. I mean, they're going to have to go through all the trouble to contact the rental company, and then they're going to have to send them a bill.
Isn't it nice that it fixes itself
Hello. So the webcast was down there for a few minutes. Sorry about that, folks. I think we've got the problem fixed. So I just want to thank Alejandro for texting in the info, correcting us where we go wrong, adding additional information here and there. So thanks, Alejandro. And Kelly will be back. She's just took advantage of the crash to visit downstairs. So yeah, we're yeah. So yeah, and Amy and Randy are getting really good at fixing things when they go south here. So that was pretty quick recovery time. So thanks once again to Amy and Randy for making this audio visual presentation webcast available here at Broomstones. So it looks like we have the fifth end was a blank for the featured sheet 3 game, and so the score remains at 4-1 with Broomstones ahead of the Detroit Curling Club. And so they're now curling towards the glass, and we are on second rocks. House is clear right now, and it looks like Skip Brominger is calling for a guard. Again, she's going to be looking to put as many rocks in play as possible.
Oh, definitely.
And Kelly's back now.
I am definitely back. Thank you.
Yep. So yeah, they fixed the problem very quickly. So we are back online again.
Yeah, they're
pretty fast.
They're pretty much pros.
Oh, absolutely.
Here at Broomstones.
We have many multi-talented people here at Broomstones.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
So that was a nice centerline guard from Detroit. Now, the Broomstones team has hammer, so they'll be trying to come around that guard.
Now, I don't want to sound like I'm trying to favor the cheese sheet, but I just want to point out that Red, who was behind quite a bit there, is now, I'm going to say, sitting at least 2, maybe 3.
Yeah, it looks like it's...
And they're tied game?
Yeah.
So they really made a comeback.
Like it's 3. Looks like it's 3. They absolutely have. They are charging back.
That is some sharp cheddar.
Absolutely. So, the card rink is really up against it this end. Looking at all that red granite. So, looks like she's going to try to throw a takeout down there and hit the stone on the button. Back in the featured game, we have another rock from the Detroit Curling Club. And it looks like they're going to try to curl that over onto maybe the 12-foot at the side of the sheet. Okay, and there we go. So once again, they need all rocks in play that they can get, and they're going to definitely try to steal this end.
And it looks like Walker wants to take that one out.
Yeah, she sure does. So Karen Smith is lining herself up to make this takeout over at the side, the 12-foot at the side of the sheet. Nice job. So nice clean takeout.
Gorgeous,
there.
yeah.
So it looks like Detroit's looking at taking it out now. Replacing the yellow rock with the red again.
So yeah, until something changes, it looks like it's probably just going to be a little bit of back and forth between the two teams. take it out, put it in, take it out, put it in.
Yeah, I would imagine that Dawn Broniger would like to roll over maybe behind her guard if she can. But just a straight hit once again. So we have Karen Smith in her second rock here. And again, Monica Walker's asked for a takeout on this rock. The Detroit second is Stephanie Squires. Okay, so it looks like she's probably going to get a piece of this, or not. Is she going by?
Oh, and she
she got
just
it. Okay.
clips it. Yep.
And rolled out.
She's good.
Okay, so now we are down to Vice Rocks for Detroit, and we have Rachel Treesh, who's lining up, and looks like Skip Dawn Broniger is calling for a takeout on that. Or maybe no, she wants to hit it back. Sorry, tap it back. Absolutely. Okay. That's her guard. A little hard to tell from this angle sometimes what the color of the rock is, and having a short memory doesn't help in situations like this. So indeed, that's her own stone, and she's going to tap it back.
I feel like at this point they're all orange. A little bit of yellow, a little bit of red. You got this. I believe in you.
As long as you can read the numbers off the back of the sheet, we're fine.
Hey,
Okay.
I think on sheet 3 we've got 4-1. So there you go.
Yeah. Well, what did you notice though? The fifth end was blank.
The fifth end was
Mhm.
blank. Yeah.
Yeah. So on with the sixth end, and so indeed it looks like Detroit is trying to build up some rocks in play here. They were able to bump their own guard back, but it has left their rock exposed once again. I'm sure they were hoping to bump it straight back so that they'd have a rock in the house that was guarded by their own rock. But unfortunately, that was not the outcome. So now we have Megan Nolasco is lining up here to try and take this Detroit stone out.
It looks like it's doing pretty darn well, and
She's
there it goes.
rolling out. Okay, so Brimstones, I don't believe they mind if it rolls out, but Broniger is going to want to keep all rocks in play that she can.
That's a pretty clean house. We've got literally one stone hanging out, and it's a guard. So coming into
It's a tribute to the defensive play of Brimstones,
Oh, definitely, yeah.
at least in this end. Lots of excellent shot making that we're seeing all across the sheets here tonight.
And it looks like Detroit is just trying to draw in here. Might be a little bit further than she wanted, but it's still a really good stone.
Yeah, absolutely. It's might be partially hidden. It's behind the tee line, though. They would have liked it a little bit higher up in the house, I'm sure, and a little bit better guarded. But it's in the house, and now Brimstones needs to make a play on it.
So we've got a lot of teams laughing out here, having a really good time. That's another great thing about curling is even in these great Bonspiels, people still have an amazing time. Don't take it too seriously. Everyone's a pretty darn good sport.
For sure. You need to enjoy yourself, enjoy the game. It's all about having fun. Okay. Okay, so Detroit's having a discussion now over how they're going to manage things in the house now that they have Brimstone's Rock down in the 4-foot. Right.
Oh, and
Isn't
over on sheet 1, the cheese has turned, by the way. Red is now in the lead. It's 8-5. So, based on how it was before when we were in the third
Yeah,
end,
we
it was
thought
5
it was
to
over
1.
for the Cheese.
Oh, yeah,
we
definitely.
had them out of the
See?
ice house.
It can really turn around
before
fast.
10 o'clock. Absolutely.
This is
And it can.
pretty,
Look at that. 8
yeah.
to 5. My. It sounds like a good idea. Anyway, so yeah, no, they're doing a great job over there.
Randy has suggested that my skip and I commentate together, and that is an amazing idea because we both just love curling so darn much and have that great curling spirit about it. So I agree. That's a good idea, Randy. I agree.
Well, at least Alejandro knew that Monica and Karen Walker weren't sisters.
He's been curling for about 10 years with Broomstone.
So he would know that.
Yeah, he would know that. We could probably use an advisor at this point. So here on our sheet 3, it looks like she's trying to get a pretty sharp take out there. Stone's cruising right along. And it did its job. Nice. Nice shot.
So Detroit's looking at a hit and roll. They like to hit the Broomstone's rock out. That's in the front 8 foot and roll over. So the Broninger, the skip from Detroit's lining up to do this hit and roll. And
all right, here come the Lions. Let's do it.
And if she's going to roll, she needs to curl more.
A little bit more.
She's going to roll out.
Oh, and there she goes.
Okay. They still have one rock.
That was
in
a
there,
tough shot.
Unfortunately, it's for Detroit, it's behind the Broomstone's rock, and they're all back of the tee line. And Broomstone's has the hammer. And this will be last rock.
So for those of you who don't know, the last rock is called the hammer. I like to express my enjoyment over this by telling the stone that it is hammer time while I'm sweeping it. I like to think that everyone else does the same.
Hammer time. I'll have to remember that one.
You just have to kind of whisper it to the stone while you're sweeping it.
I see.
Come on, it's hammer time. Come on, you got this. That's kind of how it goes, yeah.
And you find you get good results with that?
I do. I've also found that, just singing to your stones in general really helps them, yeah.
Yeah. Excellent. Okay, so...
Oh, we've got a lot of sweeping
Monica's
going on there.
Here, coming
really
down.
wants
Is
it
she
in
going
there.
To outscore
the
Red Rock? It does look close. I wonder if they're going to... It's hard to tell from this angle. Certainly Broomstones has one counting rock.
Feel like the red is a little bit closer.
Well, looks like they decided it was too yellow.
Well, never mind then.
Yeah, well, we'll know for sure when they post the score.
Well, I feel like we've all agreed that my judgment is currently impaired. So let's not listen to me.
Okay, so back over with your cheese off there. Let's see. What do we got? We got a red stone close to the button.
Yeah,
So
this is turning out to be quite the game in my cheese off.
Very exciting. Yeah. And so here comes the Rossler rink coming down to take out the yellow stone from Zacard. And oops. It's going to go right between. I saw that Rossler rinks make some excellent shots this afternoon. They're really
definitely
an excellent rink. Yep. So they missed that one, but they've made a lot of good shots today.
Really talented teams.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so over on sheet 4, we have the Ham team posted a point against Cutter. So it's now 5-2. They also got a blank, 4th and blank.
And they were going for the takeout, but it just slipped by. So
looks like
we've got Ham still sitting right there.
Yeah, so Ham scores again. And so they're fighting back against Cutter.
Sheet 2, we've got LeBeau coming up. It looks like they're just trying to tap their guard a little. Not really sure what the shot called was, but that's what they ended up doing, so here's hoping.
Yeah, there's an awful lot of rocks out in front of the house on sheet 2.
It is really Gardapalooza on sheet 2.
Yeah, and if LeBeau is going to come back in the same form that Rossler did, they got to get a few more rocks in the house there. Somehow. Okay, so back on our featured game here, sheet 3, we have Karen Kahn, the Broomstones lead, delivering her second rock. And
do you
we're
prefer
looking
to
to
call
have it banged
them
in.
stones or rocks?
Seems to me both terms are used.
I think I like stones.
You like stones?
Yeah, rocks just kind of, it sort of just sounds like
a little harsher, maybe.
Yeah, maybe, or maybe I'm just like chucking a pebble at it.
Yeah.
But a stone, like that's a good solid, like it's a stone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. A little more refined.
Yeah,
manageable
definitely.
Than like a rock, which could be amorphous and
just a rock.
Not necessarily smooth or.
Yeah, or if you're in the Boston area, it's a rock. You know.
True. The accent can make a difference as well to the utility of the
definitely
terminology.
I like stone.
So it looks like they're going to get a nice takeout shot there if it curls a little bit. Looks like it is curling right up.
Yeah, she's just trying to sit right there, and that's exactly what she gets.
Broomstone's rock. Again, we can't tell from this angle who's shot rock. I'm guessing it's yellow. It's Broomstone's, but it was a nice draw up to the Broomstone's rock. And again, Brominger is going to be really struggling to make some points here. So she does need all the rocks in the house that she can get. Rocks in play.
And by rocks, you mean stones?
I do mean stones, absolutely. All right, so they're having a good look. Oh, yeah, they've pulled another Broomstone's rock up against the Brominger Detroit stone that's close to the button. So looks like she's calling for takeout here. It looks like Detroit's calling for takeout.
That could be a messy takeout. We've got a lot of stones really close together. Maybe she even just wants to split them up.
And move them around a little bit, but if things go the way they normally do with rocks aligned like that, we'd expect the back Broomstone's rock to leave the house if there's enough weight. Depends on how the rocks are lined up. And
when
you nick the guard, there won't be any.
Yep.
any stones in the house disappearing. I have to wait for the next shot. So, and Broomstones is calling for a guard. So if they're successful, it'll be even more difficult to get at those yellows surrounding the red stone close to the button. Then back over on, oh, look at that, back over on 4 there. Indeed, we have 5-3 cutter over Ham, but Ham has scored 1 point in 2, 5, and 6 to bring that game back closer. And what's happening over on 1 with our cheese off there? We have red stones in play again. So this is a real turnaround on sheet 1.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. We've got 2 stones in the house. We've got yellow with the hammer. We're gonna have to see who's the Swiss cheese and who's the monster, I guess.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, like, you're not actually playing favorites on with one team or the other. You just want to see a really close cheese.
Yeah, I mean a good cheese
cheeses.
game. I mean,
Yeah.
it could be Gouda, it could be whatever.
Right.
I'm not even worried about it.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of pepper jack. I'm really not worried about it. it's a really, really good game on sheet 1.
Yeah. Well, I think they're really churning up the ice there, and we'll be drawing in possibly ahead of the drawing up and freezing to the red stones near the back of the house there on sheet 1. And that looks to be the call.
They're sweeping pretty darn hard. It looks like the stone is really slowing up, though. It might. And nope. Red definitely got 1 there. Maybe 2. They're looking pretty darn close.
So we have an effective Broomstones guard on the right-hand side of the sheet, guarding those rocks that are tightly packed around close to the button in the house. The 2 Broomstones and the 1 Detroit rock. So now we have Megan Nolasco coming in from the left side of the sheet to draw into the rings, really provide a guard to that side.
That was a great guard.
Yep, great shot. Well done. Okay, so now we'll see what the Brominger rink does at this point. She's got a tough call there. Difficult to see a shot. So it looks like she's going to try and call a takeout on the guard. Maybe push it back, move things around there, see if she can get a better shot at the button. She's got last rock. Brominger's got last rock. This is her vice throwing. Rachel Trish. And they're going to have to work on that to get it by the red. Oh, it's by the red guard. So now she needs to. Okay, she's peeled off the guard. It's difficult from where we sit to see the angles and to see which rocks are counting.
I'm just gonna say red is closer.
Did you get that from Amy? Is Amy saying red's closer?
No, Amy's. Oh, okay. Amy says yellow. Yep. See, it's really hard to tell from this angle.
It is. Yeah, but the way they were playing out the end, certainly it makes sense that yellow was counting the way Monica was calling her shots there.
Oh yeah, totally. Just throwing up those guards left and right.
That she,
and
fact,
center
was counting.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right, so skip rocks continue on sheet 3, our feature game.
Just a quick update. Sheet 2, we've got Schaefer with 6 points, LeBeau with 2. Sheet 4, we've got Cutter with 5, Ham with 3, and our beautiful, beautiful cheeses are at Rousler? Did we determine that was Rossler?
Wrestler.
Wrestler.
We're just
Wrestler.
not doing well
Like a
with
wrestler?
the names here. We apologize for that.
Wrestler.
Wrestler.
Yes, I like it. Wrestler with 8 and Sackard with 5. And it looks like they just posted the score from the last end. And sorry, that's Wrestler with 9, actually. So good job, my little breeze, on really making a good comeback.
Oh. And it looks like the Vice
That was a
rock from
good shot.
Brominger on sheet 3 may have pushed the Detroit Stone into the shot position. And sorry, we again can't see all the rocks from this position. I thought we were at skip rocks, but in fact the Vice, that was a Vice rock. Oh yeah, there it is. We're now seeing a view
Gorgeous.
of the house from the camera overhead, and it clearly shows the red Detroit Stone as being shot rock at this point. So now we're starting with and again, Detroit has hammer, so now we're coming down with the starting with skipped rocks now. Then we have Broomstones throwing, Monica Walker throwing her first rock of this end. So from the ice that she's taken, it would seem that she's planning to come down into that area also, maybe planning to bump the shot red stone out. She may be also just planning to guard against, well, it's hard to know how Detroit could get another rock in there. So she may be just trying to force her own rock back onto the Detroit rock and bump it into scoring position. Nicely thrown. It's a nice guard on that side.
Oh, that's a beautiful guard.
Excellent. Okay, so, and it looks like Detroit is saying, okay, enough's enough. We've got a 1 count there. We're going to take it and put up a guard. There's probably no effective way for Detroit to get in there to score.
No, other than their 1 stone that's sitting pretty, it looks like it's going to be really, really tough unless they can finagle something just flying through that house.
The left side of the house is guarded by Brimstone's rocks.
The right side of the house is pretty much guarded by Broomstone's rocks. The center is guarded by Broomstone's rocks.
There's really
or as we would like to say, stones. And
so that does not
there
do
it goes
much for the Detroit skip. So Ham needs to keep working here and see if they can catch up with Cutter on sheet 4. These are 10 end games, and these sheets are all in the 7th end. If Ham or Brominger are not able to overcome the Broomstones rinks, it's going to be an all Broomstones final tomorrow, I believe.
that's gonna feel a little.
In the first event.
That's pretty competitive, especially like home team advantage, and then
it would seem there may be something
head
to
on
that.
head, and then, man, that's gonna be rough if that's the case.
Well, it'll make it interesting and exciting final.
Oh,
Not
definitely.
that it wouldn't be anyway. All these teams are doing a great job.
These are some wonderful, wonderful curlers I'm watching tonight. I am definitely learning a lot about the form and balance, especially required for a female curler. This is a all-female event. These ladies have been wonderful. I have been just in awe of their great shots all weekend.
So we have the Detroit broom down on the left side of the sheet. She does have last rock. So it's... No, I'm sorry. No. The fifth end was blanked. So we keep shifting back and forth from sheets here. Brimstones has the last rock because the fifth end was blanked. So Monica Walker will have another shot after this one. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's still not. You'd think I had 5 gin and tonic too.
You know,
It's hard to
I'm
see from here.
insulted that this is
That was the last
being
rock.
viewed as an
Detroit.
impairment because I
Detroit
seem to
had
be
the last rock.
doing pretty okay, and I feel
Sorry.
like you are drinking soda and
Yeah, absolutely. I'm the one
you're
that's impaired.
you're
There's
Canadian,
no question
right?
about
You're
that.
Canadian?
Yeah. What do you? So
yeah.
what are you
So what's
implying?
your excuse?
What are you implying? All right. Now, should I start to get insulted here?
No, never.
Just because you're from Wisconsin, and everybody from Wisconsin thinks that they, they're better curlers than everybody else.
Never. No, this is, as you know, this is my first year curling myself, not just watching. So, I mean, you're clearly the better curler here. Plus, you're Canadian. It's in your
Haven't seen me
blood.
curl.
You've got this. You don't even need to practice.
Yeah, no, we don't. Being
Yeah,
from Canada,
I
we
mean-
just know it.
Yeah, exactly. You were just born with it. And I just don't think that
No,
that's
not
fair.
really. Okay, so maybe we should just try to focus as much as we can on reading the score correctly.
I was doing a
So-
very good job. My little cheeses on sheet 1 are red with 9, yellow we've got Zachard with 5, sheet 2 we've got LeBeau with 2, Schaefer with 6, on our beautiful sheet 3, our featured sheet.
Which we have the most trouble reading the score off of. And
I
keeping it in
can't-
mind.
Listen, it's not my fault if someone's head is in the way. It's tough. It's tough to read through a
But
head.
we can now clearly see, though,
Now we can because
that
she's
Brimstones
getting ready
have
to
last
shoot.
rock.
Yeah, she's in the
And
hack.
we do know that Detroit got a point in that last 7th end.
They definitely
I think the
did.
people at home can probably see a lot more clearer than we can.
Probably.
I'm pretty sure of it.
Also,
They can
A++
probably see just about
Detroit.
everything more clearly than we can.
I feel like Detroit's going to come back hard in the 8th end. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a possibility. They have.
I mean,
8,
look at what
9,
happened
and
on sheet
10.
1 with the
3
cheeses.
more
Now
ends.
it's 9-5.
Yeah, and even on sheet 4, Ham is coming back. It's now I believe it's 5-3, but I don't want to say for sure because there we have the head move 5-3. So Ham's fighting back.
So
on sheet 4.
So the heads are
Anything
a
can
problem.
happen. They are definitely, even without the gin and tonic. But so we got 3 more ends on sheet 3, and the Brommager rink is just 4 points behind. So there's still time. There's still time for Detroit to pull up.
Oh, definitely.
And certainly they may be inspired by sheet 1. So Kelly was worried that I might have been offended by her
Well,
comments. But
I didn't want to hurt your
No.
feelings.
well, Canadians do tend to be very sensitive.
I hear from my Canadian friends that all it takes to fix a hurt Canadian is a little bit of poutine
Ryan
and maybe some beer.
Ryan Ginger.
A Ryan Ginger.
Sheet 4. Okay. Oh, sheet 4
Oh,
has conceded.
all right. So we've got Cutter
7-3. Cutter
taking
over
it
Ham.
7-3. In the 8th end.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Ham put up a good fight. They did take 3 ends.
Definitely.
Yeah. So that was the Barb Ham and Linda Getz and Margie Knitter and Mary Beth Godza. And again, I apologize for the
I'm gonna say
names. Getz, yeah.
Getch
Yep. From Wisconsin. And we're
from
very
Milwaukee.
glad. Yeah, okay. Milwaukee. And the Milwaukee area, it would seem. And we're very glad that they came to the Bonspiel.
Oh, definitely.
And they're in the first event, so this will be their first loss since being in this tournament. So congratulations to them for doing so well.
Definitely. That's a huge
and
deal.
going so far.
Also,
and-
thank you for coming all the way from Milwaukee.
Absolutely, it's a long trip in the winter, and flights canceled every other day. It seems out of Logan these times, so it's great that everybody's come in, and Brimstones is privileged and thrilled to be hosting this event this year. So, so if I'm not mistaken, that means that Cutter Brimstones is in the first event final tomorrow morning here at Brimstones in Wayland, Massachusetts. So if we can try and focus back on our featured game here on sheet 3. And we now have 4 Brimstones rocks in the house. And
those
we
stones
at-
are well spaced.
sorry, stones, yeah. They are well spaced, these stones. The drops? Backline to hog is like 375. Someone was
Oh,
asking the
and-
back when people use their stopwatches, the back line to hog time. Here at Brimstones, of course, depending on the ice conditions at that particular time, whether it's been freshly pebbled and nipped, but it tends to be somewhere around 3.6, 3.7 for draw weight, rarely is it 3.8, but 3.7, I would say, 3.75, 3.6. So we have Megan Nolasco, the vice for the Brimstones rink on sheet 3, skipped by Monica Walker. And I believe she's called a takeout on the red stone, on the Detroit stone. She looks like she's going to roll off the Brimstones rock over to the side of the sheet in the 12-foot. And we now have the Detroit skip asking for a freeze to her rock that's situated in the 8-foot ahead of more to the front of the house than the Brimstones rock. And again, from our viewpoint, we can't tell which is shot rock between those 2 stones in the 8-foot. Again, you probably have a better view of that from home. As to
Also-
which of these rocks is shot right now.
Just
So-
a reminder that you can go just above your screen and hit alternate screens to see what's
Hit
going on
alternate
the other
screens
sheets.
above your screen to see what's happening on the other sheets.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so Detroit brought their stone down, bumped their own stone back a little bit. And now clearly Detroit has the shot rock.
Detroit 1, Broomstones 2.
Thanks, Amy. Yep. So Amy's telling us that Detroit's first shot and Broomstone's second shot at the moment. So we'll have the Megan Nolasco's next shot. And Monica's looking to remove at least one of those Detroit stones.
And it looks like we're in the 8th end on all 3 sheets that are still playing. Sheet 1, our cheeses, the red cheese has got another point from the 7th end. So now they're at 10 to Zachard's 5. Sheet 2, we've got Schaefer at 6, LeBeau at 4. And on our featured sheet, we've still got 6 to 2.
Yeah, excellent. It looks like LeBeau's posted some score there to bring that score on sheet 2 closer together, which is nice to see a closer game there. Make that a little more exciting. Okay. Okay, so it looks, again, from this vantage point, it looks as though LeBeau is still shot on sheet 2.
And while we wait for the long walk down the sheet on 3, I just really want to express how amazed I am at that comeback on sheet 1.
Yeah, it's amazing, really. I mean, they've just completely.
I'm sorry, not a comeback,
the,
a wake up. Thank you, Randy.
The card rink. Yeah.
That's
So
like
they-
saying good morning with a bucket of ice water. Is that what you're saying? Perfecto. All right.
So 5 points in 3 ends to draw 10 to 5 over Rossler over Zacard. Okay, back to the featured sheet. We've got a Detroit stone coming down. And they'll be
She's
trying to
looking
draw
pretty
into
good.
the house. And,
A
it's
little
coming
bit
up
of
short.
harder. Oh, sweep.
Okay, good effort.
Yeah, it's a good guard.
Absolutely. So we have, it looks like Monica Walker's going to try and take this red stone out. So that could be difficult because the Brimstone's rock is in close proximity directly behind it. It's not absolutely frozen, at least it doesn't look that way from where we're sitting. But certainly Monica is more than capable of squeezing that Detroit stone out. So not an easy shot, but one that Monica certainly has the skills to make. Anyway, it's looking good. Looking good.
Oh,
And so now her shooter is shot rock. She wasn't able to get the red one out, but that
No,
would be difficult. But she maintained her shooter in the house, which is
yeah, that was a
excellent.
great little roll. She's right in there. It looks like they were probably take it out though.
And she has her own rock off the back of the red one, so that makes the red stone vulnerable, unless it's guarded. But how can they guard it and do something about the Broomstone's counting rock at the same time? A little bit difficult. Oh, whoops, sorry. Are we down to last rocks here?
We're pretty darn close, yeah. This
Yeah,
is the
I
last
believe we
one
are.
for red.
Yeah. Okay. So she'll want to come down.
Looks
and-
like yellow has hammer.
I'm not sure what the call is here. Oh, okay. She wants to sit on the yellow one. Makes sense.
So how's the weather out there? Have you been outside lately?
I haven't. No, I was captured into this job here of commentating, so I've been here for 6-7 hours.
Not too
So,
shabby.
yeah. So I don't
That's
really know what's
that's
happening outside.
Broomstone's commitment right there.
Well, that's what happens when you're in this club long enough. The next thing you know, you're here all the time.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
you
the
know,
way
you
is.
just you love
The way
it
it
so
rolls.
gosh darn much. You always want to be here.
Absolutely.
That's what happens. And it looks like just a little tap, and it's a great shot.
So Broomstones has last rock, so Monica's got another shot to go. And again, she is going to try to do something to get rid of that rock, by the looks of it. Going to be tough. The red rock is not frozen to the yellow rock, but there's not much room between, so it's a difficult shot.
That is a very, very tough shot, yes.
Red is just the wrestler rink is just being relentless on the Zacard rink there over on sheet
They
one.
are taking no prisoners. That is some pretty aggressive cheese. I would almost call them cheese curds at this point because they are just squeaking the ice all over. And on our feature sheet, it looks like we've got red with
Red
one.
scored 1 point. Yep.
Good job, Detroit.
Yeah, good for Detroit. And they're fighting back. They now need 3 points to tie. And we're going into the 9th end.
You know, we're going into the 9th end. I have a lot of faith in Detroit. I feel like they're gonna do it. As much as I would love to see two Broomstones teams tomorrow just duking it out, I feel like you know what, I'm gonna bet on Detroit. I really believe in Detroit.
I don't think you're going to find anybody in this facility to take that bet. So that wouldn't take that bet. Put it that way. I think you're going to be the lone at this point. I mean, we do wish Detroit well, and they're fighting hard, but I just don't think
I don't know.
you'd have any trouble finding somebody to take that bet.
No, it was looking rough on sheet one at the beginning there, and I told my little beautiful red pieces of pepper jack cheese that I believed in them, and now look how well they're doing. So I think if I just give Detroit a little bit of faith and some love and some good vibes, that maybe they can come out on top.
All right, just remind their last stone that they're a hammer.
I will. I'm going to whisper hammer
And
to it.
don't call them rocks, call them stones.
Most definitely.
And that might help.
Well, yeah, rock feels a little aggressive.
Yeah.
Whereas
So again-
stone is a little bit more gentle and slidey, and it's going to just want to curl home.
Yeah. So Karen's put a nice rock in there.
She did.
It doesn't look like it's biting the house, which is fine. We're still in the free guard zone. And she's bent it in around behind that red Detroit guard. Okay, and so Detroit managed to split off their own guards.
Yes, they did,
Which
because
is interesting development, because now they have two corner guards.
because I believed in them.
That would be why. Yeah. Okay.
That's exactly why. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So.
You're welcome.
So it turns out that that because Red got last rock, they would actually, it's actually broomstones that would be positioning corner guards. But anyway, they still have them in play, and that's going to be important for Detroit. Okay, so she's again going to, Brominger is going to need to get as many rocks into play as she can. So she's called to bring one in behind the guard on the right side of the sheet. Stone delivered by their second, Stephanie Squires. And I think Dawn really wants that one in the house, but it didn't quite get there. Okay.
You know, but A+ for effort. Sweeping
Absolutely.
is hard, especially when you're in the ninth end. Your
It's
arms
quarter
are
to 11 at
sore.
night.
It's quarter to 11 at
Could be
night.
the second,
It's
maybe
it's
third game of the day.
well, it could be your third day of curling.
Mm.
And I don't know about you, but when I'm in a Bonspiel, by the time we get to maybe the end of the second day, I'm kind of exhausted. You know, you've got to start curling sometimes at 8 o'clock in the morning. You're going until almost midnight. It's a long day of curling.
It
And it's
absolutely
very
is.
physically demanding sport at times, especially if you're sweeping a lot.
We talked about that earlier. How people underestimate the physical
definitely.
activity, the energy, and that's involved.
Oh, yeah, of
with the
course.
physical.
I think someone that doesn't curl might think
tasks.
that it's just, oh, I'm just going to throw this stone down some ice and then some people are going to sweep it and it's got to hit the target. But there's actually a lot of strategy that goes into it. That's why it's so often referred to as chess on ice.
Okay, so again, we have the second Stephanie Squires from Detroit sending the rock down the ice there, hoping to land it in good position in the house. She's going to bounce into her own.
Oh, but she nudged herself
I
forward
think you
there.
need to talk to those stones a little bit more. They're kind of piling up in front of the house. They
You
need to be
know-
in the house. They've only got two ends left.
They seem pretty happy with where they're living right now. And I don't want them to feel like we're just relocating them. So maybe just keep nudging them forward slowly, and they will take care of themselves.
Okay. So it's sort of like a kind of Zen kind of like.
Yeah, Zen curling. Exactly. That is
Yeah.
exactly what it is.
Yeah, nothing.
Positive
nothing
thoughts.
before it's time.
Exactly.
Yeah. All
You'll
in good
see.
time.
You'll see.
All
Yeah.
about patience.
It's all about the patience.
Yeah. Just let the anxiety and the angst go.
See,
Just
this
let
Yellowstone
things
here
drift
is
in.
being really aggressive,
Yeah.
and
well, we should call
I
it
think
a rock.
it's. Yeah,
you
okay,
think?
it's a rock.
I mean,
yeah, it's aggressive. It's a
really.
rock. So that rock was a little negative, and I feel like it came in there a little bit too harshly, and so that's why it's a high guard, and it's kind of freaking out the red ones a little bit. So this end might go to Walker just because of their aggressive nature.
Yeah. Well, Dawn's calling for a tap back. So they're getting kind of desperate here, Detroit, to move those lovely red stones into the house. Rachel Trish, the vice for Detroit, delivered the stone.
All right, here she comes. Nice and calm, pretty zen. There it goes.
But will it stop?
it's gonna. I
Bang
think
it
it's
into
just
the
gonna
back
chill
one.
out,
All
and there
right.
it is. See,
Yeah, nicely done. Nicely done.
good,
rock.
calm, patient.
Good stone. Excuse me.
It's a stone.
Yeah.
It's not aggressive.
Sorry.
It's a stone.
Right. So now Brimstones is looking at, maybe. I think Monica's thinking about moving that aggressive little rock that they put up at the front of the house there, outside the front of the house, moving that one in.
Maybe tap her in.
Yeah. She's asking for T line. So, yeah. Now again, this end, since we can actually see the scoreboard right now, Brimstones has hammer.
I would just like to point out
Oh, here we go again
that-
with the cheese heads. Okay.
that on sheet 1,
yeah.
one of our beautiful little pieces of Gruyere has a wooden stabilizer, which I have never seen before.
Oh, cool.
I've only ever
Oh,
seen
nice.
plastic ones, so
Mhm.
that's
Lovely.
a big deal for me. I'm just
Uh-huh.
saying, a wooden stabilizer.
Class.
It's
huh?
pretty classy.
Yeah.
It's
Absolutely.
pretty classy.
Okay, so let's see what happened here.
And oh,
So she was either a little tight on the broom, or there was not enough room, or too much weight. Something happened there that caused her to bounce off the rocks out in the front of the house. So it wasn't quite what Brimstones was hoping to accomplish with that. But they're certain not being threatened yet.
no, their rocks are definitely still just in a beautiful line, just guarding the house.
Yeah.
Making it really hard to get just a straightforward shot in there. But it looks like, Team Detroit is just going to kind of do the same thing as they did before, try to smack one of their guards into the house, kind of
It's going to be
do
tough.
some zen curling there and just gently nudge one of their stones in.
Brimstones has effectively done what they call controlling the front of the house. But are they going to be able to get this one past there? No, they're not.
Zen little stone.
It's not
it gets-
happening.
It gets right in there to kind of put a little bit of pressure on those guards, but it doesn't do any harm. It didn't knock any of those Brimstone's rocks back any further. It's just kind of hanging out with them, making friends, saying hi. Yeah.
So I'm not quite sure what kind of progress we can make by hitting any of those rocks there. So I don't see what damage can be done either, quite
Right.
honestly. So I'm really not sure what the call is. Maybe Monica's seeing a shot that we're
Maybe
not
she
seeing
just
from
wants
here.
to break it up a little bit too. Oh, and on sheet 1, holy Jesus, we've got
Oh my
red
gosh.
with 12.
It's 12 to 5. Rossler.
And Zachard is at 5. This is looking like a little bit of rough cheese, maybe a couple jalapenos in there, maybe even an apple cinnamon cheddar. I don't even know what's going on. It's just,
It's
It's
what
a
it is.
little-
Is 12 to 5. Rossler
Yeah.
over Zacard.
oh man.
I think we're gonna see a
Yeah, we're going to have to pull out some crackers soon.
Yeah.
That's a little tough.
concession there. They're looking pretty comfortable there, Rossler's team.
Yeah.
Yeah. So whatever it was that Monica was seeing there on our featured sheet, it seemed to work. I don't think that rock, the yellow rock, is shot, but certainly she got it further into the rings. Yeah, no, it looks like red is shot still, but so yeah. Don Brominger just needs to get a rock in full 12 to be shot rock. So whether that's what she's trying to do or not, it's not clear from the broom that she's called, and she's curling too close to the center of the sheet unless she can get it by the yellow rock, which is not going to happen. So I'm not sure why she didn't try to draw in behind the guard to the left side of the sheet to be full 12. But it may be the way the ice is curling on that side that she didn't think it was possible.
It could have also just been a little bit too aggressive for her.
Not wanting to be aggressive.
Yeah, a little bit, too
So
harsh of a
I-
nature.
I would imagine it looks like Monica and Megan are talking about that very shot, though.
And also on sheet 2, we've got a really, really close game in the ninth end.
Oh,
We've got
we have.
Schaefer
Look at
with
that.
6, LeBeau with 5.
Mhm.
It looks like LeBeau is sitting 1, maybe 2. Can't really tell from here, but it's looking pretty close.
Yeah, certainly LeBeau is pulled up. They're just one behind, 6-5 on sheet 2. Schaefer over LeBeau at the moment, and again, it does look like red is sitting at least 1. And yellow just knocked red back. And so Schaefer's got hammer on sheet 2. And here comes LeBeau's next rock. They're going to be looking to try to steal more than one. And so we're back over to the Dilemma of Detroit over on sheet 3.
I like your alliteration there. That was gorgeous.
Somehow
The
Keep up
befuddlement
your
of broomstones
colorful
versus the
commentary.
determined Detroit destroyers and their Zen stones.
I'm not sure the call, but again, it's hard to tell here what the arrangements of the rock are, and Monica must see something that she
I
can
feel
do.
like she's just trying to get in there somewhere. It's curling.
She's got control of the front of the house. I really don't see how she can do any harm.
And there she goes. She
And
tapped
indeed,
herself
she
back
tapped
just
herself
a
back in.
little bit.
But
which,
red's still shot.
I mean,
Yeah.
that can mean a lot in this game. Just a little smidgen.
Yeah. So I think it's time. Yes, indeed, the Vice, it would seem, is encouraging Dawn to try to go full 12 with her shot. Get it behind that guard. They're thinking about it. So again, I'm not quite sure what the problem is. Maybe the curl in the ice there. I've not seen shots really go down that piece of that part of the ice. So whether there's a problem with the curl, she's not sure of the weight. Looks like she feels more comfortable bumping it in than trying to straight draw behind that as a guard, behind that lovely smooth red stone as a guard.
Most definitely.
So let's see. Is it? Yeah, this is Detroit's last stone because Broomstones, once again, Broomstones does have hammer. So Dawn Brominger really wants to make this one count. If she can possibly get in to count for 2 and still guard herself, then she would only be 1 down. And Broomstones would have hammer coming home. So she'd still be up against it. Pretty tough row to hoe, but at least she'd still be in it. So let's see if she can pull this off. They've done awfully well to be here in this event. And certainly they've got the skills to pull this off.
And she tapped herself
And if
back.
that rock
Is
stops,
it going to stop?
It does, but did it
does.
stop in time? It looks like she is not second shot. So Amy's telling us that it's third shot. Probably that yellow rock over at the right side of the sheet is second shot.
So it looks like right now we've got red sitting 1, but yellow is really, really close behind.
Brominger really needed to get a good angle on that rock to raise it properly into the house. To be both guarded and counting, it's difficult to do that. It's a difficult shot. So what's happened, instead of going buried, she's left the rock exposed, and it's not second shot. So now Monica Walker's going to try, it would seem, drawing into full 12 to count one. And at this stage of the game, that's fine. She'll be up 7-3 with not Hammer coming home, but 7-3 in the ninth end. Broomstones be in pretty good shape. So
It looks like they're taking it
she
nice
was
and
thrown
easy.
narrow, or maybe she had a different plan.
I feel like she's just trying to knock her own stones back just a
Um,
smidgen to
I'm
kind of get them in
thinking
there.
She
And
wasn't worried about the outcome of that rock. So
it looks like one for red,
one for red.
one for red.
Yeah.
And going into the 10th end, which is our last end,
It's our last end.
we've got
And
Walker
we'll be
with
packing
6
it up for the night.
and Detroit at 4. So it really is anybody's game. If Detroit has a really good end here,
They 4 to tie, 5 to win. Right? Oh, wait a minute. No,
it's
even more
two
than
to-
that.
it's
Sorry,
two-
6.
It's 2 to
See the
tie.
scoreboard, and I can't keep it
Well,
in my immediate term memory.
two
So
to
they-
tie.
Yeah, so
3 to
that's
win.
right. No, wait a minute. No, it's what I said. They just got 1. Brimstone's just, or I'm sorry, that's right. 3, that's right. This is now the 10th end,
Yes.
and the score is 6-4. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am. That is correct.
Okay. Because red scored. So it's 6-4. So yes, they need 2 to tie, 3 to win. That's Detroit.
So what happens if there's a tie in a timed Bonspiel?
I don't know the exact answer to that question, but I would imagine they break the tie.
Would they do a half end? Would they do? They do
I would
another
think
full
they'll
end.
do another end, yeah.
Not too shabby.
Mhm.
So this game could
So we
really
could still be
go.
here at 11:30.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I feel like if anybody has a chance of going into an extra end, it's probably sheet 2. LeBeau Schaefer is still really, really close. End of the 9th end.
That is a close game.
We've got 6-5. It looks like LeBeau might be sitting 1 or 2. So that's definitely a close game.
Yeah. LeBeau's got all kinds of rocks in the house at this point. But Schaefer's got last rock. So it's hard to say what's going to happen there. She's just managed to get rid of
It looks
at
like
least one
LeBeau.
red stone.
Yeah, I feel like LeBeau's probably sitting 2, and it looks like they're calling it. Not sure what the outcome was. We'll find out as soon as they put up the score.
So it's 6-4. I'm just going to put the score up now and confirm it. Yep, 6-4. Broomstones over Detroit. 10th end.
10th end. It's almost over.
So Detroit has stayed in the game.
Oh, and it looks like on sheet 2, LeBeau did take 2, so
Yeah.
now they just leapfrogged ahead of Schaefer. It is now 7-6 in the 10th end.
So that's a really exciting game because now Schaefer's got Hammer coming home. They're down by 1.
Definitely. We went from Schaefer with 6, LeBeau with 5. Now it's LeBeau with 7, Schaefer with 6. It's pretty intense.
It is.
Like camping.
Okay. So the difficulty that Don Brominger is going to have on our featured game sheet 3 against Broomstones right now is that she's down 2 and she doesn't have the hammer.
So I heard a really great joke today. By the way.
Okay, let's hear it, Kelly.
From a little girl. I think she was probably about 4 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And she asked me, what did the hat say to the other hat?
What did the hat say to the other hat? I don't know. Are we talking about those Lions hats that...
Sure. What did the
Detroit's
lion's
got?
hat say to the other lion's hat?
I don't know.
You go on ahead.
Oh. I'm not really sure, folks, why I signed up for this. I mean, I didn't sign up for it. I got sort of... That's right. They're reminding me.
You
no,
know,
you didn't sign up for it.
The
I was
fact
hijacked.
that the 4-year-old told me this joke, that I got that that much amusement out of it, and then by telling you this joke, you got that much.
Oh,
at
I
least
know.
It was something.
It's like a
it was
chain
something
letter.
resembling a shamed amusement.
Just
So
share
you know
the
that just makes
bliss.
me happy.
Oh my. And you know what? I have to drive home after this too. Oh God. I'm really a diehard curler. I don't know why I'm sitting here in this seat at this hour of the night. But
don't
you know,
know.
it's good to watch the games and they're doing a great job out there. It's very exciting.
I am so sorry that you have to sit here with me watching curling on a Saturday night.
No, I know it's rough.
I know,
isn't it?
I know.
Megan just fell.
She
I think
but she
the
fell
Rockets- she's
in
okay,
the
though.
name of saving that stone
from going the other
going
sheet.
on to sheet 2
She
and
did,
completely burning a couple of good stones.
I know it's tough to have to watch excellent curling late on a Saturday night.
It
It's
is. You could
tough.
have a hot date. You could be out at the club.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I could be.
You could be a really good number of places, but you chose to be in the best place on earth, and that's Broomstones in
absolutely.
Wayland, Massachusetts.
And I
so
just heard a great
that's
joke.
a smart
that
move.
I'm not going to remember for more than 2 minutes. Right? So,
you know, the fact that I remembered it from earlier today is a really big deal. So
at this time of the night.
if you want, I can remind you of it later.
Okay, absolutely. Maybe you can text it to me.
Sure, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we do have Brominger. I don't think this rock's going to hang on. I think you at home can see that
I don't
it's
know.
going
I
through
feel
the
like
house.
it's staying. It's staying.
So it did. It hung on.
Ye of little doubt. Yeah.
Well, just hard again.
Great
We can't
doubt.
tell.
Little faith.
Probably little faith.
Little
yeah.
faith.
But,
great doubt. Little faith.
We can't tell again from where we're sitting whether it's if it's third shot or if it's fourth shot. What's that? What did I miss? God. Okay. Go ahead.
So we have a viewer submitted joke. What did one snowman say to another? That's correct. The answer is smells like carrots.
So that came from what? Pat, was it?
That was Pat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Pat. Yeah. Thanks for hanging in with us. But I mean, it's great curling. It's too bad it's at 11 o'clock at night, and we should have like thousands of people watching these games.
You'd think
terrific.
so, but it being 11 o'clock at night, 11 Eastern, 10 Central.
Oh, that's true. In Wisconsin, it's not
it's 10
as
o'clock
late.
in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Depending on where in Michigan you are, it's 11, maybe 10.
Right.
It's Saturday night.
Yeah.
The feeling's right.
Oh, is this going to go through? No.
Oh,
Bumped it back. Wow,
see,
look at
right now we've got my good old Detroit team.
that. Yeah, those lovely, smooth red stones.
Sitting 3.
Our 3, sitting 3.
I'm just gonna point that out.
Remember our
the Zen curling method is working out for them.
At the moment it is, but the front of the house is open, and
True, it can change really fast.
I think Monica Walker has her draw weight, so again, I think anybody in the club would still take that bet.
And it looks like our cheeses have called it a night. They've aged enough. They
Yeah, they're
decided
done.
that 12-5 was a good enough score, and
Yeah.
they're off the ice.
They are. That was really remarkable.
That was a wonderful, wonderful game.
They were down 5-1, and now they've walked off the ice 12-5. There may have been additional score that wasn't posted, but that's all we know. Okay, so it looks like Megan has decided to send down a rock. It's taken away that Detroit rock. So now what to do? She needs 2. Rominger somehow has to steal 2.
I'm
Yes.
thinking Detroit's probably going to want to come in there, tap out the yellow, roll off it, and just make a little bit of curl magic. We're getting towards the end of the 10th end, so
Yeah. Well, right now, this is going to be very difficult because it's hard to imagine a scenario here where Monica isn't going to either be able to draw or just take out whatever she has as shot rock. So this is an uphill battle for Detroit. But they're going to give it a go. Looks like they're calling for a takeout on the Brimstone's rock that's above the tee line, close to the button.
and sheet 2 are really, really close game. It's at the moment, it's LeBeau with red is sitting 4, but we've got a good Yellowstone flying down the ice. Looks like they're going for the takeout, slams into it, and takes out
Oh, it's
2
over.
of those stones.
All right, so we have Dawn Brominger sending down her takeout. It looks good. Looks like she's going to hit it. And she wants to get it clear out of the house, and she wants to stick. And she didn't. She caught the edge of it, and so that leaves the Brimstone rock still shot. And Monica Walker's not yet thrown her first rock.
And I just want to say, with what happened with sheets 1 and 4, a big part of curling is the sportsmanship.
Absolutely.
It's impolite to say, we're down by 7 points in the last end, but maybe we can make it happen. To really try to stretch that. So, to shake it, that's just good sportsmanship. Call it a night. Have the other team buy you a beer.
Yeah.
And, just really let it go. Let it be a good game.
Absolutely. It's all about having fun. So, and here we have Schaefer with hammer. Now with the rock
10th end.
closest to the button. She just needs to score 1 to tie here. She's got hammer.
Does she have hammer?
She does. Schaefer on sheet 2. LeBeau scored last end. Schaefer's got hammer.
Most definitely, yeah. Sorry, I was looking at sheet 3.
Yeah, so now we have 2 Brimstone's rocks biting the 4-foot. Dawn Brominger's looking at a double. It's going to be hard to do. She's got rocks over to the right side of the house beyond the rock biting the back of the 4-foot.
And that was a great takeout by LeBeau on sheet 2. They're back to 3.
So it looks like she's going to try it. Oh, it's going to be tough. Going to be a tough shot. to double those out. But this is Dawn Brominger's last rock. So she needs to make this shot.
It's hammer
to
time
stay
for
in the
Detroit.
game. Monica
Last end.
may not need to throw her last stone.
It's actually not hammer time. I was just joking. Walker has hammer, correct?
She does.
All right. So Broomstone's hammer.
But she just is.
Let's
most
see
likely
what
not gonna
Brominger
need to
brings.
Throw her last rock. So Brominger's delivered her stone.
She really chucked
She's
it.
trying for the double here. She did
It
put
looks
a lot of weight
like-
on it. What's going to happen here? Is she going to get it? No.
Nope. And
Game's
it's
over.
Walker.
Well fought game. Well played.
Very well played.
Excellent effort. So that means Walker over Brominger. Score of 7-4. And so that leaves our last game is on sheet 2. I believe that does put the two Broomstones teams together in the final tomorrow.
It definitely does.
The final of the first event. Okay, so we're going, our audio and video is going over to sheet 2. So we're going to have our camera on sheet 2 now. So
All
this
right.
is
LeBeau Schaefer.
LeBeau Schaefer. And so again, the LeBeau
This
is a combination of expats, Canadian expats against Schaefer, who's from Utica. Joyce Schaefer, Sue Gardner, Eva Courtwright, and Peggy Pratt on the Utica squad. And they have a combination of, let's see, 38 plus 16 plus 25 years of curling. A lot of good curlers in Utica, from what I hear. And they're up against Ellie LeBeau, Susan Booth, Claire Bonin, and Barb Thompson, who also have a lot of curling experience. 37, 5, and 7 years between them.
But Utica looks like they've been curling together for 7 years. Granite has only been curling together for this one Bonspiel.
And here we have last rock, thrown by yellow. Red is counting. We got one red rock that's counting, so this is going to have to be into the 4-foot.
And it looks like Granite's...
It's looking good. Are they going to get it? They better sweep it a little bit. They do. So that's one yellow. So we have a tie.
We
on
have a
sheet
tie.
2. So, Kelly, unless we give up the ship here, it looks like you and I'll be
I
here till
am going
11:30.
down with this ship. Don't you dare.
Okay. Do you think your mom's still listening?
You know, she might. She might. It's only way past my mom's bedtime. She's probably not listening. No. But you know, I feel like it's important to our viewers that we help them understand what's happening here in this tiebreaker. For example, I just want to point out we've got some really interesting information here on these teams.
Excellent. Go for it, Kelly.
LeBeau, it says that some of their interests are running very slowly, bonspieling, which is exactly what we're doing now, wine tasting, gardening, lake swimming, some softball. They said that they would like to tell their webcast viewers that Barb doesn't know she can bonspiel in BC and to keep coming east.
Okay.
Utica didn't really give us a whole lot of info
No.
except for that they've been playing together for 7 years.
Yeah. Need a little bit more info there, Utica.
Yeah, we've got an insurance agent, a teacher, a librarian, another teacher,
Oh.
versus a software manager, a retired prison guard,
Oh my gosh.
Susan Booth. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. amazing.
A project manager, a medical writer. You know, Granite really took the time to fill out their paperwork, and I
They
really
did.
appreciate that.
Yeah, pretty eclectic.
For
little
that,
group of people
LeBeau,
there.
I would like to say thank you,
Mm.
Team LeBeau.
So I
And
suppose
go
you're
Red
gonna
Go.
be nice to their stones now.
Yeah, they're, you know,
Okay.
because they took the time and put some love into it. Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah.
All right. So the thing is though too that LeBeau does have last rock,
They do.
right? And they have put up a corner guard. The
Does
first Schaefer Rock is not in
Schaefer-
play. First Utica Rock is not in play. And it looks like this one is going to be hogged, or they burnt it, or it caught something. I'm not sure. I didn't see what happened there. But it is also not in play. So that leaves LeBeau with a corner guard. And it looks like she is calling for a draw behind her corner guard.
you know, if Utica had just filled out their paperwork,
Yeah.
maybe their first two stones would still be in play. I'm just saying.
Well, and did you notice the granite rink here? They say they work to pay for curling, and
Yeah, definitely.
you know, what more can you say? I mean, that's everything, right?
You know,
that
I
kind
feel
of
like
dedication.
a lot of my time and effort has become curling focused.
That is look at that. That is
Gorgeous.
well hidden by the
Perfect.
guard. Just lovely shot at 20 after 11 at night. After all this curling,
It's a lot
the
of
11th
curling.
end. Oh my
Mhm.
gosh! And they also say the granite folks also say that the front end tries to be active, but the back end not so much. It's honest. You know, what can you say, right?
That's fair.
Absolutely.
But on the other side, the back end is winning in league play, and the
Yeah.
front end not so much.
Yeah. Well.
So
you know,
it's
it's
kind of
give
give
and
and
take.
take. Yeah, yeah.
So, and Utica, we just really can't comment because they didn't give us any info. But they are throwing a nice rock, stone, into that well-hidden.
No, it's okay. I think
Granite
Utica's got
rock.
rocks. It's all right.
All right, so now LeBeau can call. Oh, they didn't hit it out. So
No,
that
it's hanging in there.
yeah. So that's that redstone belonging to LeBeau of granite, which I guess is Seattle, but it's like not apparent that all these folks curl in Seattle. But they've certainly come together for this Bonspiel. So now they're going after that exposed Utica rock. But
They're
it looks like they're
sweeping
gonna
pretty hard. They might nick
yeah,
it.
they might get a little
nick
piece of it.
And
they
they
did.
do, but they also took out their own
They took
stone.
out their own.
But
you know, they only need one. Whoever
yeah, and they
they
really
just
the point of
yeah.
that really was to take out that Utica stone, and they
Right.
did. So
so
good on
granite
them.
doesn't need to. They don't need to take two. They just need to take one. And Schaefer, if they're going to be victorious, need to steal one. But they don't have any rocks in play right now. So at this point, LeBeau is really set up to, if it continues.
Yeah, if
take
they can
this.
just stay really on top of it, and just keep on taking out those stones that Schaefer seems really bound and determined to throw in there.
Yeah.
Then I feel like LeBeau is pretty much set. They're sweeping pretty hard. I feel like they're getting pretty tired. It's been a
it's gotta be rough.
long day of just a lot
Absolutely.
of sweeping. Oh, and they knock
You really
into the
got to
red
give
guard.
these ladies a ton of credit for being out here and doing all this curling.
It's a lot of upper body strength.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can tell from the cameras, but a lot of these ladies are pretty ripped. They've got some guns. Lots of sweeping, lots of upper body strength, some pretty serious arm muscles.
Yeah. I just thought it might be good for people, Brimstone's members, to know that it was Carolyn McLeod that got the calendar
Mm-hmm.
in the raffle.
Wonderful.
It was. So
good for her.
if you Brimstone's folks out there are wondering who got the calendar, it was Carolyn. And I don't know if Carolyn's going to show it to anybody. I think she's taking it home, and we may never see it again.
I'm quite jealous. I really wanted that calendar.
It's quite the calendar.
It was a great calendar.
There was a lot more in that calendar than I had anticipated, I have to say.
Lots of stones.
I'm not going to comment on that. No comment.
Well, it was a curling calendar.
But let me tell you, if I had, out of some sort of ignorance of the potential content, taken that home, I couldn't have taken it home. Let's put it that way. So I really hand it to Carolyn for not only getting the calendar and the raffle, but taking it home. She apparently, okay, rumor has it. Okay. So
Amy is a dirty
there's
liar.
a rumor started just now up here in the booth, the so-called booth, that Carolyn bought 30 tickets to get that calendar. We don't know the truth, but it must have been a fair number. So, Carolyn, we're glad that you shared it for the brief time that you did. And like I say, I doubt we'll ever see that calendar again. At least not from Carolyn, we won't. Somebody else might turn up with a copy.
So another great takeout by LeBeau.
Yeah, we're supposed to be talking about the game, right?
I feel
Oh,
like
boy. Okay, so yeah, LeBeau's
the Men of Curling calendar from the raffle.
Yeah. There were a lot of great items in the raffle.
There were.
Yeah.
Did somebody win the quilt?
I think so, but I don't know who. Haven't heard
Wonderful.
yet. Yeah. So, yeah, we've got 2 red LeBeau stones in play from Granite in Seattle. And Schaefer's just put... I think that Schaefer's team is just really sagging a little bit here. That turned out not too bad. But I think they're struggling.
LeBeau's got some well-spaced stones, so if they can take out this stone that Schaefer just threw in there...
Yeah, and it is exposed, and it's behind the tee line. So they can draw to it, they can take it out, they can
really
they
do
can
whatever
freeze,
want
they can
with
draw,
it.
they can
definitely.
take it out,
Yeah.
they can, So, I mean, it was, she did a good job throwing that rock, but it was, they certainly can make a play on it.
It definitely needs to curl a bit, but it's getting there,
So,
getting there.
It looks like she's going to hit it.
And just a little tap. There we go.
It's you get the feeling this LeBeau rink could curl like another 10 ends. Like they could just keep going.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
But everybody else has left the ice house.
Yeah.
So Schaefer's struggling. I think at this point, it's been uphill for the last couple of ends.
But at this point, we are in the worst of the snowstorm.
Yeah. Oh, really? I don't even want to think about it. Somehow I have to
it's
get
coming down
home.
really hard right now. We've got really bad wind going on.
Well,
according
somebody should
to
have
the
told me.
weather forecast, about this time was
I
supposed
should
to be
have
the
gone
worst
home.
of it. You've missed your opportunity. Yeah. So why not sit here, watch this great game? Just chill out. Maybe wait for the storm to settle and just sort of enjoy yourself.
Absolutely. And I
Yeah.
haven't. It's
Oh,
been
good.
just,
good.
delightful being here. It's great curling, great company. And this is a lovely shot too. Look at
that's
bringing
gorgeous.
that right in. Oh, nicely done.
Great shot from Team
It's
Schaefer.
not shot, right? Yellow's not shot, but still, nonetheless, it was a great effort. Yeah.
It's a little
It
bit
looks
short, but
closer.
it's pretty darn
Yeah,
good.
it looks closer from we're sitting than it is on the overhead. But still, it was a great effort. And it's in a good position to bump it into the button. And onto the rock that's there from LeBeau. And again, with given the position of that red stone, if LeBeau could effectively guard that shot, the game would be over.
And you know, it looks like they really, really have a lot of pressure on here. This is Schaefer's last stone coming up here. If they're gonna do anything, if they're gonna tap that forward, if they're gonna push it real good, it's gotta happen this stone.
Yeah. So they've just thrown a nice guard.
That was a gorgeous guard.
Yeah. So this really, Schaefer's got limited options here. So this is really tough for them. And they played a really excellent game.
So we're looking
difficult.
at 11:30 last stone for Schaefer.
Yep.
It's been a long, long day so far. She's almost there. LeBeau has hammer. She really needs to do this well. Otherwise, the game is over.
Yeah, LeBeau may not need to throw her last stone.
All right,
all
here
they
we
can hope
go.
for is to bang the red
It's
into the yellow.
curling,
into the
I
red.
think, a little bit more than she wanted it to.
Yeah.
There it goes for the
Did she do
yellow.
it?
There
How's
it
it looking, Amy?
goes.
How's it looking?
It looks like it's red. Red is just a smidgen closer.
Wow, that was a really great.
That was a gorgeous
great
shot.
attempt at
Yeah.
getting shot rock.
But you can see that that's overlapping a little bit.
So LeBeau has one more rock.
LeBeau has hammer. They can chuck one more in there.
So they may not end up needing to measure these depending on what LeBeau does.
And LeBeau's heading down the sheet. She's really got to make this
Wow.
shot.
This has
Otherwise, they're
gotta
going to be
be
measuring
A
out
hard one
those
to lose
two.
for either one of them because, wow.
Either way,
each-
this is an awesome
yeah,
game. If
really,
you
they-
lose, you really can't be that disappointed just because
Yeah.
it was such a
yeah,
good game.
5 ends both sides. So we'll just see what she does here. It does look from our camera like LeBeau's got shot rock. And it's hard to say. I don't know
But
whether they're going to
As
measure
Amy pointed
or
out,
what
it
they'll
could
do.
be, the camera's at a little bit of an angle. I mean, I personally think that LeBeau is sitting, but we'll find out. And there goes the rock. It's going down the
It
sheet.
looks a little heavy at this point. I think it's going to go through.
She is a bit heavy, yep.
So they must have felt that there was a good chance that yellow was counting, because if it was clear that red was
Yeah, it looks like
scored,
okay,
then
and they're
she
gonna
wouldn't have thrown her
measure.
last rock. So they must have been in
devices
doubt
have decided that they're going to measure.
about which stone is closer to the center. Or LeBeau wouldn't have needed to throw her last rock if she was counting. So we've got to measure. Wow, what an exciting way to end a game. These ladies have to be really pleased with how they've curled. So they're measuring now. And it's really close to the button, to the center hole.
I feel like LeBeau has it, but
Yeah.
you know, it's really anybody's game at this point.
I wonder if it's too close for that measuring stick. Like too close to the center.
I feel like there's a pretty good difference between the two stones. They might just be measuring just because it's, you know, it's the tiebreaker and you really, really just want to make sure.
Angela Tonis, our chief umpire, is making her way down to that end of the sheet. She may be looking to lend them a hand. They seem to be having some difficulty establishing which rock is shot. And they are appealing to Angela, it would seem, to make the determination here. So it may be a technical problem because the rocks are so close to the center hole, they may be having difficulty with the measuring device. And it may be they're exactly the same distance from the center hole. Red.
And it
Red
is
won.
LeBeau.
Is
Congratulations.
victorious over Schaefer. Congratulations to their team. Yes,
Most
from
definitely.
Granite in Seattle. So that's Elle LeBeau, Susan Booth, Claire Bonin, Barb Thompson, who defeated Utica's Joyce Schaefer, Sue Gardner, Eva Courtwright, Peggy Pratt.
And
so
you see where filling out your team biography gets you? It gets you the stone.
So thanks everybody who tuned in tonight.
Thank
and
you.
The finals are tomorrow. I hope people will tune in tomorrow.
Had a great time.
And you'll have another set of commentators.
You will. This is my
Probably do a
one
whole
and
lot
only
better
round,
job.
so I hope you enjoyed my
Mine
first
too.
my first commentating
Yeah.
experience.
It was fun, Kelly.
And yeah, it was a good time. Thank you for hanging out with me
Oh, thank you,
for
Kelly.
a good couple of hours.
Okay, well, take care and safe
You
home,
too.
everybody.
Yes. Take care. Bye.